Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. This is Jerry Crisam Cariaga and let's learn C# together. So the previous video na in-upload ko, it's more on history ng C# and what is all about C#. So I hope na nabasa nyo yung mga binigay ko sa inyong mga links. And for this video, we are going to create our first project, which is the Hello World. But before that, I just want to shout out dun sa mga nanood ng video ko, yung introduction, which is this. As you can see, meron ng 167 videos. Look at that, di ba? Hindi ko akalain na may manonood ng video and may magsusubscribe din. Thank you so much. For those na hindi pa nag-subscribe, please subscribe. And meron ding mga nag-comment like Sir Dale, Sir Joseph, Sir Dexter, and si Game Corner. So, hindi ko siya kilala. Sana comment ka down below, magpakilala ka. Kasi hindi ko naman kilala yung Game Corner, di ba? Wala namang ganitong pangalan sa mga birth certificate. So, and meron din nag-like 17. Isa ako dun sa 17 na yun. So, thank you so much. Let's jump to the next tutorial. So, for this tutorial, we're going to create a new project at the same time. I-identify natin lahat ng parts ng Visual Studio. And then, definition of graphical user interface kasi very important to. And then, dun tayo sa program structure later on. Tapos, punta na tayo sa actual coding, which is yung data types niya, tsaka variables, and some conversions. Okay? So, again, I'm going to provide some links in the description below kasi masyadong marami. Pagbabasahin ko lahat sa inyo to, sobrang tagal nung tutorials na gagawin natin. Kaya maboboring lang kayo. So, dapat action agad, diba? So, let's try to create a new project. Minimize mo lang. Try to open your Visual Studio. Okay, so create a new project. Dito sa part na to, you have a project templates. So, depende dun sa development tool na in-install mo, the previous meeting na ginawa natin. Maraming list of templates dito. So, all you need to do is to search for Windows Form App.NET Framework. Ito. Okay, Windows Forms App.NET Framework. Piliin mo yung C# kasi yun yung main language na gagamitin natin. And then next. And name your project as Hello World App. Tapos leave mo lang yung location, pati yung solution name, pati yung framework. Later on, babanggitin ko what is all about framework. Tapos, create. So, medyo matagal yung loading niya. Depende sa capacity ng computer mo. Katulad sa akin, mabagal. So, I assume na ganito yung makikita nyo sa screen nyo. So, first things first, we need to identify the parts of Visual Studio. You have the menus, yung file, yung edit, yung view, yung project, and so on. Okay? Aside from that, dito yung pinakamalaking part niya, yung working area nyo, kung saan ka magde-design at saka saan ka magko-code. Okay? Next naman is, you have the Solution Explorer, dito sa may right side portion ng Visual Studio. Solution Explorer, nandun yung name of your solution. And then, nandun din yung list of projects mo at saka yung files within the project. So, mamaya, i-discuss natin to. What is all about program class and then yung mismong form. And then, sa lower portion ng Solution Explorer, you have the properties. So, explore din natin to mamaya. And then, dito sa may left side, meron ditong mga tabs. Ang pinaka-importanting tab dito is yung toolbox. So, click mo lang yung toolbox. Ito yung magpapakita. Yan. It composed of different controls na gagamitin natin sa pag-design mamaya. Okay? So, naka-auto hide yan. Pag kinilik mo dito sa may working area mo, ito, yung may form 1, ito yung working area mo, naka-auto hide yung toolbox mo. Para hindi yan mag-auto hide, click mo tong pin na to. Okay? So, para magpapakita na siya. Now, as you can see, pag gumagawa ka ng window forms application, you are dealing with GUI. So, what is all about GUI? GUI is a graphical user interface. Meron akong definition what is all about graphical user interface. GUI is a system of interactive visual components for computer software. Yung sinasabing computer software dito is yung nakikita mo na ngayon sa computer desktop mo. Like yung start, yung mga taskbars dito, and so on. Okay? It composed of icons, buttons, lahat yan. Yung nakikita mo sa desktop mo ngayon, is what you call GUI. So, in creating a window forms application, you're also dealing with GUI, or graphical user interface. So, ito yung nakikita mo, graphical user interface to. Okay? So, that's all about GUI. Now, aside from GUIs, punta na tayo dun sa may program structure. So, alamin muna natin program structure bago tayo mag-coding at saka mag-design. Okay? So, dun sa may balik tayo dun sa may program mo. You can see dun sa Solution Explorer, you have a program.cs. Try mo lang i-double click para mag-open. So, meron ka ditong code. Ito is auto-generated by Visual Studio. So, kahit hindi mo na ito galawin, okay lang. Ang gagalawin lang natin dito, sooner or later, yung application.run. Okay? So, as you can see, yung meron siyang using na tinatawag. Itong using na to, ang tawag dito is libraries. Every computer programming languages may tinatawag na libraries. So, meron silang ways on how to include a certain library para magamit mo. In C#, ganito ang paggamit para may include mo ang isang library. So, aside from this libraries, you also have the namespace. A namespace, it's a collection of classes. So, pwede kang maglagay ng different classes dyan. Later on, mag-discuss din naman natin yan kung paano yung mga classes and so on. Sa advanced kasi yun. Okay? And you also have the entry point of the application, which is the main method. So, every programming languages na gagamitin mo, meron siyang tinatawag na main method. Not only C#, basta lahat ng programming languages, meron siyang main method. Okay? And these two lines are used for GUI. So, leave mo lang itong mga to. Okay? So, that's for the program class. So, next is the basic controls. So, punta na tayo dun sa may basic controls niya and the properties. Doon na tayo sa may designer. So, try to close the program CS and then balik ka dun sa may form 1 mo. So, dun sa may left portion nung Visual Studio, you have the toolbox. Let's try to add a control, let's say label. All you need to do is to click and drag yung label. I-click and drag mo dun sa may form. Okay? So, meron na yan. Then, every controls, every forms, as you can see, dito sa may right side, dito sa lower portion nung Solution Explorer, meron kang makikitang properties. So, it means, every forms, every controls, meron siyang sarili-sariling properties. And this property is responsible for the looks and behavior nung isang control or ng form. Okay? Let's say, babaguhin natin yung text nung label na to, gagawin natin hello world. Okay? So, click or select the label and then punta ka dun sa text property. papalitan mo yan. Let's say hello world. Okay? Aside from that, marami properties dito like palitan din natin yung font niya. Gawin natin bold. Lakihan natin like 30. Okay? So, pag nagawa mo yan, try to run your program. Meron dito sa may to run your program, dun sa may menus, meron ditong start. Click mo lang yung start. So, dapat ganito yung lalabas sa screen ninyo. You have hello world. So, let's say for example, gusto kong i-center sa form yung label na to. Paano yun? Close mo yung form. Select yung label. Punta ka sa may menu ulit. Doon sa may format. Center in form. Merong horizontal. Again, form. Center in format, I should say. Format, center in form, tapos vertical. Try to run your program. Okay, so naka-center na yung hello world natin. So kung mapapansin nyo, yung form hindi naman siya naka-center. Paano naman i-center yung form? Okay, try to close your program. And then select naman yung form. Tapos sa may property niya, hanapin mo yung start position. So, select mo lang yung center screen. After that, try to run your program. So, dapat yung form nandoon na sa center. So, ganyan dapat ang lalabas sa screen niyo. Okay, try to again to close the form. That's it. Meron ka ng hello world. So, pwede ka nang mang-hack ng Facebook dyan. Kaya Twitter o kung anong gusto mong i-hack. O kaya NASA. Bahala ka na sa buhay mo kung sinong gusto mong i-hack. Okay? But, like what I said, all forms and controls, meron siyang properties. Dun sa my form natin, you can also adjust the size of it. May two ways to adjust the size. First thing is, yung gamit mo yung mouse. So, ito, adjust mo lang. Adjust ko rin tong Hello World app. Like, punta ko sa gitna ulit. Or, pwede mong baguhin dun sa may properties. Okay? Like, gusto mong 600 or like 400 yung height niya. Okay? And, center ko ulit yung Hello World. So, pwede yan. Okay? So, let's try to add another control. Let's say button. So, hanapin mo yung button. This one. Again, click and drag. Lagay mo sa center ng form. I mean, center lang. Horizontal lang. Try to change this one. Yung text niya. Let's say, click me. Tapos, ang scenario is pag kinlik ko tong button, mag-greet siya. Or may lalabas na another dialog box or like message box. Tapos, mag-greet sa akin. Okay? To do that, try to double click the button. Tapos, type mo yung message box. Ito. That show. Tapos, double quote. Tapos, hi, Jerry. Okay? Try to run your program. Okay. Click mo yung button. So, dapat may lalabas na ganito. Okay? So, ano yung ginawa natin? As you can see, dito sa may code niya. Okay, close ko yung form. So, dun sa may button, pag dinouble click mo yung button, may lalabas na ganito. Yung private void button 1 underscore click and object tapos sender and etc. This one is what you call a event handler. So, i-auto-generate sa yan ng Visual Studio. Event handler is a method that is bound to an event. So, when the event is raised, the code within the event is executed. So, pag kinlik ko yung button, magpe-perform siya or magpa-pop out yung message na, "Hi Jerry." So, ganun yung mangyayari. That's what you call event handlers. Now, this event handler, very important to sa window form application. Sooner or later, lagi mo ma-encounter tong event handlers na to. Now, like what I said, sa lahat ng forms at saka controls, meron siyang property. And that property is responsible for the looks, design, and behavior. So, as you can see, meron ditong property. Pag kinlik mo yung isang control, meron ditong property. Meron din ditong isa yung parang thunder dito. So, you can specify some event. So, lalakihan ko lang. So, not only click yung event na pwede mong gawin. Maraming event dito. Okay? Sa button kasi, ito yung pinaka-common, di ba, na event. Yung click. Meron ding enter and so on. So, depende sa yan. Meron leave and so on. So, dun sa may property ng isang control or let's say form, dun sa property niya, dalawang portion yung makikita mo. Yung property na more on looks and design and yung events. So, yun. Let's say, mag-add ulit ako ng isang control, text naman. So, center ko ulit. Ang idea naman is, yung i-input ko dito sa text na to, pag kinlik ko yung button, yun yung lalabas doon sa may message box. Okay? To do that, punta ako sa may button ulit. Double click yung button. Yung hi dito, "Hi Jerry," papalitan ko ng text box 1. Tapos dot text. Okay? So, yung kaka-add natin na text box 1, yun yung pangalan niya. Then, again, try to run your program. Tapos, mag-i-input ako dun sa text box. Let's say, "This is a test." Tapos, click ko. Yun na. This is a test. Jerry, Chris. Okay. So, ganun lang kadali. Diba? Now, itong properties na to ng mga controls, you can also access that one. Diba yung text na to? Isa tong property ng text box. So, pwede mong i-access yan. Pwede ka rin mag-assign sa property na to ng ibang value. Let's say, yung idea na naman, pag kinlik ko tong button, yung text dito na nilagay mo, in-input mo, pupunta dito sa may hello world. Magpapalit yung hello world ng in-input mo. To do that, tanggalin ko tong message box. Ang ilalagay ko is label 1 dot text. By the way, yung label 1 is yung hello world natin. Ito. Okay? Ayan. Tapos itong text box 1 natin is yung input natin. Try to run your program. This is a test. Click. Okay. So, working siya, diba? Hello. Blah, blah, blah. So, working siya, diba? So, as easy as that. Close ko yung program. So, sana malinaw yung pagkakaturo ko sa inyo what is all about the basic controls and properties of Visual Studio. Now, let's jump to another topic, which is the data type. Meron ako ditong source. Data type specifies the size and type of variable values. So, it means, i-specify niya kung anong size ng value na gusto mo. Let's say, for example, gusto mong value is whole numbers. So, dito ka lang sa data type na to. Or dito sa data type na to. By the way, itong pito na to, na data type, ito yung common data type na ginagamit sa C#. Marami pang data types available sa C#. These data types, meron siyang memory sizes. So, again, yung values mo dapat magde-depend sa data type mo. So, let's say for example, your value is more on whole numbers, either integer or long. Pag fractional naman, when you say fractional, syempre yung may decimal places. Dito ka sa may float or double. Pag gusto mo lang true or false, hindi boolean data type ka. Pag single character lang, let's say gusto mong malaman kung ano yung first letter ng crush mo, character ka lang. Pag gusto mong malaman yung buong pangalan ng crush mo, edi string ka lang, di ba? String naman. Now, for character, it should be surrounded by single quote. Something like, magna-notepad ako something like this. Yan yung single quote, di ba? Let's say A or A. Pag sa string naman, ito yung sa may character. Pag sa string naman is you need to surround it by double quote. Let's say this is a test. Okay? So ganyan. Ito yung pinagkaibahan ng string at saka character. So dapat nung kayo malilito dyan. So aside from data type, you also have a variable. So, isusunod ko na yung variable kasi dapat magkasama ang data type at saka variable. You cannot declare a variable without data types. Okay? Kasi ang variable is a containers for storing data values. Alam mo na yung target mong value, di ba? Pati yung data type. Now, paano mo naman i-store yung value na yon? So, you're going to use a variables. To declare a variable, all you need to do is yung type niya, tapos yung variable name, and then the variable. Don't forget the semicolon. So, very important yun. When you say variable name, kahit ano to. Kahit anong ilagay mo to. So, kahit pangalan mo or pangalan ng girlfriend mo or pangalan ng crush mo o pangalan ng nagwasak sa puso mo, okay lang yun. As long as walang space between each letter, okay lang yun. So, one of the example is, let's say, string name and then yung value. String, again, when you say string, dapat surrounded siya by double quote. Let's try to do this in our program. Okay? Back to your program. Punta ka dun sa may code niya. Okay? Let's say string name. Tapos, Jerry Chris Cariaga. Tapos, ilalagay ko rito yung name. Okay? Tapos, try to run your program. Dapat, pag kinlik ko yung button, ang lalabas dun sa may label is my name. So, click. Andiyan na yung pangalan ko. So, as easy as that. Now, close ko yung form. Punta tayo sa may text property kasi if you hover this one, makikita mo yung text is a string. So, parehas sila, di ba? String din to. So, all of the properties ng controls or form, meron din yung data type. Okay? You can also provide a value for this property. So, meron din dito example of integer and so on. So, again, I will leave this link in the description below para malaman nyo kung paano yung declaration. So, ito yung common declaration of variable. Maraming ways on how to declare a variable. Let's say this one. Pwede yan. Pwede din yan. So, this one, nag-initialize ka ng 15 tapos binago mo ng 20. Okay lang yan. Okay? You also have constant. Yung constant naman is, when you say constant, parang gagawin mo siyang read-only. So, once nga na-declare mo na siya, nag-initialize ka ng value, hindi mo na siya pwedeng baguhin sa susunod na lines mo. Let's say this one. You declare a mynum with a value 15, which is a constant. Pag binago mo yan, after nung declaration mo, magkakaroon ka ng error. Kasi nga, ginawa mo ng read-only itong mynum, itong variable name nito. Unchangeable. Okay? Let's try to use integer for another example. I'm going to declare an integer. Tapos, number 1. Mag-assign ako ng 10. Tapos, integer. Number 2. Pwedeng ganyan. Tapos, later on, pwede ding ganito, let's say 15. Okay, tapos kukunin ko yung sum of the two numbers. So, paano yun? Sum is equivalent to number 1 plus number 2. Okay? And then, I'm going to display the sum to label 1.text. To do that, papalitan ko lang yung name to sum. Pero, magkakaroon ka ng error dyan. Okay? Ang error is, cannot implicitly convert type into string. So, ibig sabihin yan, hindi ka pwedeng mag-assign ng value na different data types. Okay? Like what I said, text property is a string. Tapos, gusto mo siyang assignan ng integer. So, may error ka dun. Now, to solve that one, we need to have a conversion method. So, merong conversion method na pinoprovide ang C# para ma-convert mo ang isang data type to a different data type. Let's say, i-convert ko yung integer to string, pwede yun. Type conversion method. So, gagamit ka ng class na convert, tapos merong method na sinasabi. Later on, yung class at saka yung method, i-discuss ko yan kasi more on advanced yan. Pero, itong built-ins na conversion method na pinaprovide ng C# ng Visual Studio, gagamitin natin yan ngayon. Okay? Para ma-convert natin yung, let's say, integer to string. Pwede rin i-convert mo to double. So, pwede mo i-convert yung integer to double. To do that, maglalagay ako ng convert, tapos dot, tapos to string, tapos open and close parenthesis. Okay, ito yung integer mo, tapos i-convert mo siya sa string. So, makikita nyo dyan sa may unahan, ito yung value niya after niya ma-convert. Okay, try to run your program. And then, pag kinlik mo yung button, dapat dun sa may label mo, ang lalabas is 25. Okay, click the button, so 25. So, correct tayo. Okay, close ko yung program. So, aside from convert that to string, meron tong shortcut. To do that, erase ko ulit. Babaguhin ko. Dun sa last portion ng variable, lagyan mo lang ng dot, tapos to string. Okay? Tapos open and close parenthesis. So, it means, you are converting integer to string. Hindi lang integer to, pwede din sa ibang data types. So, may two strings yung tinatawag. Try to run yung program again. So, dapat pag kinlik ko yung button, is 25 pa rin yung lalabas. Okay? That's the shortcut for convert that to string. Okay? So, aside from to string, you also have to double, to integer, and so on. So, para makita mo yung conversion method na pinoprovide ng convert, type mo si convert, tapos that to, tapos lalabas na lahat. Okay? So, marami yan. May date time pa, may decimal, may double, may integer 16, 32, 64, and so on. So, magagamit natin to as we proceed. Okay? So, that's it. Now, how about, let's say, tapos na natin yung integer to string. Paano naman kung string to integer? So, ang idea is, mag-add ako ng another text box. Let's say dito. Yan. Tapos, mag-add ulit ako ng isang label. Okay? Itong hello world, lalagay ko na rito. Tapos ito, lagay ko rito. Okay? So, that's it. So, ito yung parang, ang magiging scenario is, this text box, parang ito yung number 1 ko, ito yung number 2 ko, tapos ito yung sum. Pag kinlik ko yung click me, lalabas yung sum of 2 na in-input kong integers. Before we calculate that, let's try to change the names of the different controls. If possible, ito tip sa inyo to If possible, pag mag-add ka ng isang control, pangalanan mo. Okay, to do that, select the control, tapos punta ka sa upper portion ng property, and then select mo yung name. Let's say txt num1. Okay, same with txt num2. Yung label gagawin natin sum, tapos yung click me gagawin natin button, let's say calculate. Okay, as you can see, sa lahat ng ginawa kong names ng controls, meron siyang abbreviation. Let's say button, let's say btn for button, tapos txt for text, lbl for label. Para mas madali kong mahanap tong mga to pang magko-code ako mamaya. Okay? And then, itong sa button, change the text property. Let's say calculate, and then punta ka dun sa may code nya, papalitan natin to lahat. Okay, even this one, so erase ko na lang lahat. Now to do that, let's try to declare two integers, num1, then gagamit ka ng convert integer, and then i-convert mo yung text ng num1 pati ito sa may num2, convert to txt to that text. Okay, so that's how you convert a text to a string. Now, kukunin ko yung sum nya, equivalent to num1 plus num2, and then ilalagay ko yung sum dun sa may label sum. Okay, let's say sum is toString. Pwede ring lbl equivalent to convert toString tapos sum. So mas konti lang tong toString, di ba? Compare dito sa convert that toString. So erase ko to muna yung convert toString. Then try to run your program. Okay, so lagay ko lang 10, tapos 20, then try to calculate. Yung 30, like 21, so 103, and so on. So, ganun lang siya kadali. Diba? So, close ko agad yung program. Kasi, napansin nyo, gumamit na ako ng arithmetic operation kasi yan ang susunod natin. So, I need to end the video sa ngayon kasi masyado na mahaba. Mahirap mag-edit. At saka, ituturo ko naman sa inyo next na video natin. But it's all about arithmetic operations. This one. So, arithmetic operation tayo next. Let's say, gawa tayo ng simple calculator. So, pwede ito. Okay? So, that's it. Sana na-enjoy nyo tong video na to. Please lang, subscribe kayo sa channel ko para hindi masayang itong pinaggagawa. Okay? So, bye guys. Yun lang.